Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening, everyone. Tasmania's health system is in for a major boost. The state government spruiking the next batch of paramedics ready to join the workforce. However, it's amid a backdrop of questions about the vacancy committee and a report investigating serious allegations at the Launceston General Hospital.
The state's latest paramedics ready and raring to go.
There are 19 in total, 13 going to the northwest, 3 in the southern region and 3 in the north region.
The boost to resources, no doubt a sigh of relief for Tasmania's frontline sector. But they're still awaiting answers to the government's vacancy control committee and what it means for staff.
There will be more nurses, more doctors, more AMBOs in 12 months' time than we have now.
The Greens turning their attention to the Launceston General Hospital, waiting for the results of a review into allegations of failures of reporting death and falsified medical records.
People have the right to know what happened to their family, what was done in the LGH, and whether this was part of a bigger issue.
The minister in charge vowing results should be handed down in the coming days, saying the delay is due to an independent panel needing more time to investigate 63 further cases.
Will be another 16 referrals to the coroner as a result of that further work. It's taken very seriously. This is an important matter.
The Department of Health says the LGH has worked extensively to address concerns and ensure the safety of children and young people in its care. It comes as state Labor pushes for barriers to be removed, with new ABS data showing a large drop in the hours worked by Tasmanians during the month of May this year and last.
Making access to childcare easier for Tasmanian families. We know there are people who want to work more hours in the workforce, but they can't get the care they deserve for their children.
We're already sitting at 4% unemployment in Tasmania, employed an extra nearly 50,000 in the last 10 years. There's a lot more to do, but we're all about growing the economy. And
a committee will scrutinise cost blowouts on the Spirit of Tasmania vessels and delays in building a new terminal. Rebecca Gaydaneris, 7 Tasmania News.
The state government has, in principle, agreed to pay a hefty sum in a class action brought on by former detainees at the notorious Ashley Youth Detention Centre. For more, Lily Thompson joins us. Now, Lily, how much has the state government agreed to pay?
Well, Kim, the state government will pay out $75 million to more than 130 claimants who were at the Ashley Youth Detention Centre between 1960 and 2003. The class action, which was filed in the Supreme Court 2 years ago, alleges the detainees suffered, witnessed or were threatened with sexual abuse, serious physical abuse and false imprisonment. The case also alleges the state failed to take reasonable care in the selection and supervision of staff at the centre. The legal firm representing the former detainees say some of the claimants were as young as 11 when they first entered the facility. The settlement still needs approval from a judge. The payout agreement, though, amplifying calls for Ashley's immediate closure. Kim?
The final section of a 3-kilometre underground pipeline has been completed. It's just one piece of a major project set to help preserve the quality of the Tamar estuary, as well as boost employment in the local economy. It will be installed 40 metres under the riverbed, where it will redirect sewage flows to the Tea Tree Bend treatment plant.
Will ensure that 387 megalitres of sewage and stormwater during rainfall events does not make its way into the waterway.
The $140 million Tamar River Action Plan is set to be complete by mid-2026. Thousands of Tasmanians have braved the fresh winter's air today to promote the healthy conversations around mental health. Speak Up, Stay Chatty's annual short stay, reminding those who are struggling to seek help.
Ditching the usual school dress code for a good cause.
4th annual short stay, so it's really exciting. It's a big day in our mental health calendar.
Students from Hobart's Friends School putting on a show to celebrate Speak Up, Stay Chatty's annual short stay. The initiative aiming to break down the stigma surrounding mental health and suicide.
It's really important, I think, that kids from a really young age are having those conversations.
Braving the cold to brave the conversation is such an important topic.
For one of the charity's partner organisations, it's about encouraging those in the workplace to feel comfortable sharing if or when they are struggling.
It's really important for us to be able to help our members with that, but also our staff, and to keep them safe and to be able to have appropriate conversations.
More than 22,000 Tasmanians registering to take part this year. The high participation figure not lost on the man who started the campaign.
It's a really proud day as well to be reminded that just so many people support us, and we're really grateful for that.
Even persuading our state leaders to help get the word out.
Mitch, I'm born ready.
Premier, how good. Let's go.
More than 200 students braved the cold here wearing their shorts on a winter's day in Hobart, sparking a wider conversation around mental health.
Where's your shorts?
I obviously didn't get the memo.
The overall message, a clear one.
Open up, share that story and be on the front foot to getting some support.
Lily Thompson, 7 Tasmanian News.
The next generation of winemakers is raising a glass, celebrating some big wins at this year's Young Gun of Wine Awards. For the first time in the competition's 18 years, the top gong is coming to Tasmania, and it's going to a familiar family.
Winemaking is in Marco Lubiana's blood. He's grown up among the vines under his father's guidance at the home of a Tasmanian favourite, Stefano Lubiana Wines.
You learn little things along the way, so the more people you talk to, I think that sort of shapes you as a winemaker.
He's now making a name for himself and his top drops, crowned the 2024 Young Gun of Wine, bringing the trophy here for the first time.
There's a unique character to them that I don't really see in many other wines. The people on the panel saw that love in the wine and the quality.
His pour not the only one being celebrated. Tasmania sweeping the floor of the competition, designed to crack open young winemakers' careers. Utzinger Wines also picking up top gongs, taking home the Danger Zone and Winemaker's Choice Awards.
Really proud and very humbled by it all.
The Tamar Valley vineyard recognised for its no-fuss approach.
Our winemaking is actually quite simple. There's not much fuss around it. It's really more about growing great fruit.
The awards are also shining a light on a change in our drinking habits. While many people around the world are turning away from wine, younger Australians are picking up the glass, bucking the international trend.
There's some really, really good wine out there and some very young producers. There's some really, really good talent.
Tasmanian Wines, the toast of the nation. Victoria Easto, 7 Tasmania News.
A record number of brave and slightly mad swimmers have plunged into chilly waters, celebrating the end to the longest night of the year. The annual nude swim continues to grow, organisers offering an extra 1,000 spots this year to help meet demand.
A chilly 7 degrees wasn't enough to stop the lobster ladies and 3,000 others from showing up for the 10th winter solstice swim.
You just get excited and get carried away with everyone being in there.
The plunge into the River Derwent, nothing new for the self-titled Sea Hags of Kingston.
This is my 4th.
This is my 4th.
First. My 5th.
My 2nd.
Yeah, I think I've done 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah. So we're repeat offenders.
With the sun rising, Sandy Bay's Long Beach quickly became a sea of red. Brave swimmers bearing it all to signal the end of the longest night of the year.
Was the water as cold as you expected?
Yes. It was freezing.
Is it your first time coming down for it?
Yes.
Will you be coming back?
Today's dip a little extra special for this happy couple.
Just as we was about to get in the water, he stopped me and got down on one knee and asked me to marry him. Certainly didn't expect that at all.
It had to be done when she least expected it, and today's the day.
The first solstice swim was actually cancelled in 2013 due to public nudity regulations. Today, it's more popular than ever.
The community love this event, they always have. In a year where we weren't doing as many events as part of Dark Mofa, we really wanted to welcome as many people as we could to Tasmania.
Wearing nothing but a strong sense of camaraderie.
You almost just feel anonymous when you're out there, like you're just part of something a bit bigger.
You're all here for the same reason, so you just drop your towel and in you go.
As this towel states, these swimmers are ready to bear it all again in a year's time. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmanian News.
And Australia's Antarctic expedition has also got into the spirit of the winter solstice, conducting their own icy swim, plunging into waters as cold as -2 degrees. Staff marking the end of 6 months of complete darkness. They weren't left out in the cold for too long. A warm towel greeting them after the plunge.
The Jackies will kick off their title defence with back-to-back championship rematches. In the freshly released NBL draw, the Jackies play Melbourne United in round 1 at Hoopfest in Perth, a gather-round style festival. Round 2 will see a bit of grandstanding from the club, raising their championship flag at MyState Bank Arena as they play Melbourne again in front of the home crowd.
Our crowd, whether they're in the arena or not in the arena, feel the pride that we will in raising that.
It's been a lot of hard work, but we're really feeling excited about the upcoming season.
Christmas tradition continues, hosting the Wildcats on December 25. A 4th straight WNCL title would be nice, but it's far from front of mind, according to Tigers star Lizelle Lee, as the leading run scorer prepares for her 3rd season with the club. Coaches would love to keep the South African around, and she's happy to keep playing.
Oh, how long I think? Or at least 15 years. How long my body thinks? I don't know. I mean, yeah, look, I want to play as long as possible. I really, really enjoy playing cricket again.
Second season Tiger Lauren Smith's also keen to hang around.
Just felt very valued as a player and as an individual as well, with Elise as captain and Jude as coach. So, yeah, I haven't really enjoyed my cricket like I did last season.
Smith's looking to take on more of a leadership role this season. The first battle for Lackaseljak winners Glenorchy this weekend will be keeping their impending Australia Cup campaign from proving a distraction in their top-of-the-table clash with South Hobart.
It's just a case of just having a short eyesight and not get caught looking too far ahead and make sure that we give South Hobart our full attention.
South's women will be without their captain and key defender.
Hopefully we'll have that covered, and I'm confident that we'll support each other in all areas to be successful.
It's a must-win game for South Hobart to cement their spot in the top 3. The Tassie men and women are on the Gold Coast tonight, holding their captain's run at Bond University this afternoon after flying in ahead of tomorrow's interstate clash with Queensland.
Team's going to be different. We're obviously very different as well. So, yeah, big flip in the ruck's pretty handy to have in there. So, these type of games are very unknown. So, you can only really tell after the game, I think.
Old foes Penguin and Ulverston face off tomorrow in a battle for a spot in the NWFL's top 4. Penguin have bragging rights from their last meeting in the traditional Anzac Day clash. However, an upset could be on the cards as the young Ulverston outfit start to string together a few big performances. The glory days of St Patrick's Old Collegians are being relived this weekend, 70 years since the 1954 premiership. Rod Milbourne is the only surviving member of the team that sparked a successful era for the club.
Oh, very strong, yes, although in 55 and 56 our winning margins were less than a goal.
The next premiership came in 1984, featuring 5 sons of players from that 1954 game.
Good that we were able to win the first flag in nearly 30 years and have our fathers still around involved at the club.
They host their 40-year reunion at this weekend's home game. Wynyard's Kyron Bacon is in Italy, about to race in stage 4 of the Enduro GP. Riders have been testing the track in Bitola ahead of the first day of racing tonight our time. He'll then head to Slovakia for round 5. And the last Tasmanian standing in the Bowls Australian Open in Broadbeach has bowed out in the final. East Launceston's David Minns trying to fight back after conceding an early lead to Tweed's Damon Delgado in the multi-disability men's singles decider, in the end going down 21 shots to 12. And Longford's Oliver Morrison made it to the semis in the under-18s boys singles, but unfortunately got knocked out, Kim.
OK, good effort though. Thank you very much, Nick. Well, Peter Murphy will join us after the break with the weather forecast.
Good evening to all those that braved the cold and went for the big swim today. I hope you've recovered pretty well. Water temperature about 12.5 degrees. The air temperature at the time was just 7. That temperature did warm up to 12 in Hobart today. Launceston, Devonport, Burnie and King Island all on our high of 14 degrees. Strawn had our low, -3. Flinders Island, Low Heads and Helens and Ouse all 13. Friendly Beaches and Strawn 12 degrees. A few light showers over the southeast today as low cloud pushed over that part of the state. The northwest mostly clear though. Scattered cloud over the southeast of the mainland as well. A band of high-level cloud over Queensland and a cold front approaches WA, the big band south of it at the moment. Tomorrow a high-pressure ridge moves over most of the country as that cold front reaches Western Australia. Winds for us south to southwesterly at 10 to 20 knots, variable winds over the southwest lakes. Road weather alert for icy roads making conditions dangerous for driving over the northern half of the state, the central north, the west and also the central plateau. Into the weekend we go, and Hobart a partly cloudy 13 tomorrow, 10 the top for Medina and also Oatlands. Launceston a high tomorrow of 13 degrees after -2. A sunny afternoon for Devonport, 13 the top, -3 for Lyowini, 6 the maximum. 13 for Burnie, 12 for Strawn with a shower, cloudy for Marrawar and 13 degrees. St Helens tomorrow looking at 14 degrees, a sunny day, same for Swansea, 13 the top for Orford. On to Sunday, a cool start ahead of a mostly fine, partly cloudy day. The chance of a shower over the north on Monday, partly cloudy elsewhere, and showers extending further afield on Tuesday, but fine over the south and southeast. Showers easing in Perth tomorrow, partly cloudy weather for Adelaide and Melbourne, a showery 16 degrees in Sydney, even a shower for Brisbane, 20 there tomorrow, but fine and sunny in Darwin. Bit of cloud at the moment in Hobart, 9 degrees, same in Launceston, currently 9 as well, and Devonport 8 degrees. Great to see the record numbers at the nude swim today, Kim. Which brings up the question, when nudists go to a beach, where do they keep their car keys?
Where the guy had the engagement ring, I reckon. Thanks, Murph. And that is all your news for now. I'll be back later with updates. Thanks for joining us. Good night, everyone.